Alrighty, guys, let's kick off our coverage in today's episode of the trailers that came in and around the Super Bowl, because some of these trailers came a little bit earlier, some came a little bit later, some had big game spots that led to trailers coming out later, so we'll get to all of that. But let's start out here with the string of trailers that we got from and around the Super Bowl, starting with a movie that I frankly had no interest in. Before we get to that, though, I just really want to quickly say, as a caveat, I'm not going to be talking about every single trailer that had a quote-unquote big game spot in the Super Bowl. For example, I have an article pulled up with every single trailer that had a big game spot. The Smurfs, I'm not going to talk about the Smurfs, just not interested. Jurassic World Rebirth, I took a look at it, and it's the exact same as the trailer. So not going to really talk about it. We just talked about it. We talked about it in the last week's episode of the Access Blockbusters Pod. Novocaine, I just am not super interested in. I don't even think I've seen the big game spot, so we're not going to talk about it. Lilo and Stitch, I thought was adorable, by the way. I thought that little thing with him running around the football field was absolutely adorable, but it doesn't give us a sense of the movie other than Stitch is really cute. So no, we're not going to talk about it. So we're going to talk about 4 trailers in particular. And we're going to start out with a movie, like I said, that I just had no interest in, really. And it's F1. So they released the first trailer for F1, and it's a very short spot, 30 seconds, 32 seconds. But, and in reality, it's like 25 seconds with the title card and everything at the end. But, guys, the more that I hear about this movie, and the more that I see from this movie, I'm getting excited. So first of all, it's starring Brad Pitt. And Brad Pitt is great. He's not my favorite actor, ever, but I mean, he's really solid. He turns in great performances. It's Brad Pitt. Of course, it's going to be great. He's obviously super charismatic. My favorite movie, just as a big baseball fan, that Brad Pitt was in was Moneyball, actually. I love Moneyball. What a great movie that is. Super underrated even if you don't like baseball. It's a really great, anyways, I'm on a tangent here, but he's going to be starring in F1. That's great. The next thing that I think is actually even more exciting is it's directed by Joseph Kosinski. Now, if you don't recognize the name Joseph Kosinski, that's probably because he hasn't done a whole lot, except for a little movie known as Top Gun Maverick. And the way that movie was shot, in the air, all over the place, doing all these aerial shots and all these kinds of things. Top Gun Maverick was one of the biggest surprises of 2023. It was awesome. It was one of the best theater experiences I've ever had. I had no interest in the movie, but everyone was like, you gotta see it. And so on a, random weekend or weekday in May, I just went to the theater and saw it, and I was just blown away. It was incredible. And so the fact that he is doing a movie with another vehicle kind of, maneuvering thing where, I don't know, can you call it a gimmick? I mean, maybe, but if you do it that well, I don't really care, right? I mean, it's incredible what he was able to do with planes. Again, like flying fighter planes that I couldn't have cared less about that kind of stuff. I didn't even, I didn't watch the first Top Gun, and I watched Top Gun Maverick, and I was just blown away by what he was able to do. So again, I'm not into Formula One, right? I'm not into F1. But guys, I mean, based on the trailer, and also the way the trailer was edited, it was so snappy and so quick. Whoever did that, bravo, big kudos, because I love the pacing and the energy and the freneticness of this first big game spot. And yeah, I mean, I think that the way he's directing these cars, just the kind of POV shots that he had in Top Gun Maverick as well, this looks great. I'm really excited. I think it's coming out in June or July, and while I don't know if it's going to make $1 billion, I think I predicted it to make a lot of money, though, in my end of 2024, early 2025 predictions. I think that this movie could be another sleeper Top Gun Maverick kind of hit. If it hits $1 billion, would I be shocked? I'd be surprised, but would I be shocked? Absolutely not. So I think based on this little teaser, we didn't, again, get much. We got some shots of Brad Pitt, because of course, and we got some shots of the cars, which it looks great. I mean, it's visceral, and the sound design and everything. I think if he brings the same sensibilities to this as he did with Top Gun Maverick, then I think we will all be big winners here in the summer when this film comes out. So I was excited, or I was not excited rather, to see, or to really, I was not looking forward to, I guess I should say, F1, but I watched the trailer, and the job of a trailer is to make you more excited, and I'm more excited. So guys, what did you think about the big game spot for F1, the Formula One racing movie from Brad Pitt and Joseph Kosinski? Let me know in the comments down below.